23rd week of the hard work. I have a lot of things to say and I'm not gonna take long. Actually, you know what? I always keep saying that I'm not gonna keep stuff long, but eventually I do keep it long, so I'll just say what needs to be said and do what needs to be done. Simply as that. Here's the thing. This week went like semi-wasted, if we can say it that way. What do I mean by this? Here and there I was working, here and there I was getting some progress done, but in other parts, like in other rest stuff, I was still kind of wasting it. So I'll be transparent with that. This is the truth. This is what's apparently happening. You know, I um, from the moment I've started posting content to this channel, I know it is hard to be called as a content, but it is still technically so. Since the moment I've started posting content on this channel, my thoughts were getting changed basically every single time. Almost every single time. And like, my goals too. If you watch my first video, you would see that my goal was just to get a very high paying job in like a very good game company. And that's it. Like, that was it at the time. Then at some point it became something else. Like, yeah, I want this, which is like the game company. But I also want this, which is like side thing. I also wanted to make my own game studio, apparently. Then after that one, I decided to open my own business, which is Blender Blacksmith. Then after that one, something else, and that deals, this one, that one. And I just thought like I can't stick to something one. And I'm still trying to figure out things, to be honest. It is not as simple as it may look like, may sound like. It is quite different. So for example, the business, the Blender Blacksmith, it is still going on, right? However, lately I haven't been posting there for a while. Many reasons behind the fact, like, why am I not posting? Such as number one, I'm just being lazy. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm being lazy right now. Number two, I don't get much ideas for it. I know it sounds kind of not like an excuse, but I'm still saying the truth. And number three, I just like there is like a lot of other things that I'm doing right now. And it's kind of getting hard to juggle everything at the same time, you know? Like if you've been to circus and have you seen the clown juggling the balls, like at first he had only one ball, like one from another to second one, like and like that. Then he slowly adds up more balls, two, three, four, and then he's like trying to juggle it all at the same time. And like the more he adds, the crazier it gets, to be honest. And that's exact the thing that is happening in my life right now. I'm trying to add more, but it is getting insanely hard to trying to juggle them all at the same time. Truly, this is what's happening. And that's when I remembered the very amazing, well said advice, which is success comes not from addition, but from subtraction. And then I thought, like, that is so true. There is so much bullshit in my life that I could just literally cut out, and it would make stuff more simple. I can more focus on something that is needed to be done and focus less on something that is unnecessary. So currently that is what I'm doing. I'm trying to remove everything unnecessary whilst keeping the everything like needed in front of me. However, there's another problem, which is my savings are now slowly being eaten up. So, mm, Yeah, I know I said I shouldn't really change my focus, but this is only temporary, so don't worry. I will have to look for a job to work, either online, remote, or offline physically. I still don't know which job exactly am I gonna get. Hopefully, it is not something too time draining, like soul draining, if you know what I mean. Because I've worked a couple of jobs like that. It's crazy, to be honest. So, yeah, truly speaking, my current focus is trying to get a job. And at the same time, on my free time, just as I did before, is doing my business. Simple. Like I've did this for years straight. When I was working at a restaurant as a waiter, I would simultaneously, like at the free time, would work on my business, and the progress that I was getting there was just night and day difference compared to now. Realistically speaking, it is not the same as it was. It is completely different. And yeah, basically, I also thought that what if I was working so well at being so disciplined because I had a pressure, like an external pressure. Like literally, the amount of hatred I was getting at the time is incomparable to basically the kind of life that am having right now. If we're thinking quite truthfully speaking, actually, like my coworkers, the work environment, like everything would make me insanely hatred. I was getting hatred like crazy. It's not the same anymore. In fact, I'm quite happy right now. But I'm thinking like this can be a problem since now of course I'm not saying this is the only way to live. There is of course other ways. However, it takes time to build momentum and discipline. The thing is, I was building the wrong kind of discipline that we all want. The kind of discipline that we want is when we are not like expecting pressure from the outside, but rather we are giving pressure like from the inside. Do you get what I mean? Basically, you are like a boss yourself. To be honest, when it comes to being my self boss, this is still the thing that I'm lagging at. However, it is fixable, but it's just time consuming. You just have to realize that literally any skill out there could be learned. It just takes time. Now, the problem with this is that I don't have much time because I don't have much money. So I have to work. Like, do you see like basic sequence of like the thing that is resolving right now? I still get the vision though. The future, by the end of this year, I'm gonna live in Bali, Thailand, maybe maybe by like in the beginning of the next year, all of that stuff. I know for a fact that I will succeed, but it's just that yeah, lately it's been getting crazier and crazier. Truthfully, I have a good news though, which is like I'm on a dopamine detox, meaning like I just cut out all the bullshit so that my dopamine just stabilizes. Like it is high, like up there. Like you probably can't even see it, and it should be here, like in a baseline. But I just fucked it up a lot of times. Yeah, and that's why it's up there. Need to stabilize it. Now the reason why we do that in the first place is simply because you don't feel bored doing the hard tasks. You probably felt like, let's say, you want to prepare for an exam, right? You go studying. But when you do that, it just feels so boring. Like, you definitely get what I mean. And so, because you feel bored, you completely drop out the idea of studying and instead just do something else. For everyone, it's different. Someone might just get outside, hang out with his friends. Someone else might be just playing video games. Third one may be just putting out some Netflix and watching a TV. Fourth one maybe just went to McDonald's and ate some junk food. It is different for everyone. But the if you look at the pattern, right? In this scenario, pattern is that since the hard task is boring, you replace it with something that is easier to get, more like it is a cheap dopamine. In other words, it is less effort for our brain. That's the case. And so the simple way to fix this is by removing the thing that feels pleasurable so that the thing that doesn't feel pleasurable, which is the thing that we need by the way, would feel pleasurable. A matter of fact, you should make it so that this thing would be the most pleasurable thing in your day. Many people, unfortunately, would get angry or like say, oh no, I would never do that. Why? Like, only 1 hour a day won't do anything bad. Yeah, the problem is, the 1 hour itself may not. However, just think about this. If that 1 hour you've spent doing something more productive, you could have achieved more compared to version of you who decided to play that 1 hour video games, to watch that 1 hour of movie or TV show, to I don't know, go outside and hang around with friends and like drinking some alcohol or maybe clubs. I don't know. It adds up slowly. So we just need to make sure that we're doing the best thing possible. The other thing I noticed lately also is like people hating others, specifically the ones who lived an insanely disciplined life. And what do I mean by this? So, like, you probably know the guy named Ashton Hall. It's the morning routine guy, the one who puts his face into like an ice bowl of iced water, right? That guy. Checked his comments. I shouldn't have done it, but yeah, I did anyways. And like 90% of the comments was pure hate. People were saying stuff like, "Oh, it's too gay, cringe, try hard, blah 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 blah." And I thought to myself, well, what is bad about this guy doing what he wants? Nothing really bad. He's just living his own life. He's happy, and he decides to share it with others by just posting it online. And yeah, that's how he got popular, but that's a completely different story. And like, people started hating him for that. The other case that I can bring is like, if you know the like one Russian bodybuilder, his name is Andrei Smaev. A lot of people hate him too, saying like, oh, like even a two like a two grade the kid that is in the second grade that he went to boxing club for 1 or 2 months, he can knock him out easily. Oh, you may look tough, but I can easily knock you out. People just are so full of hate. I, I, I'm out of words because those people, they are people. They're still human beings with the feelings. You know, they, yeah, I just feel completely horrible. They also feel bad, they also feel good. And when you leave a hate comment to them, it just make them feel worse. When I was getting like a hate comments, it also like made my day worse. So I vowed to myself not to really read comments, abstain myself from reading comments. Because, like, even if, let's say, 99% of comments are positive, if just one of them appears to be negative, it just fucks up your day. So, truly speaking, I don't want to experience that. I want my day to be full of happiness, joy, and gratitude. But I'm not getting it when I read the negative comments. Even if those comments are not addressed to me, even if they're addressed to others, I still feel like negative about it. Basically speaking, it just truly makes my day worse. Yeah. Alright, it's been 60 minutes of me yapping to the camera. I'm feeling quite like sleepy. Like I want to go to sleep right now. It's just that my eyes are like slowly fading out. So yeah. Uh, remember, my friends, belief plus action equals correct. Oh, okay, whatever. You know it. See you.